Hello and welcome to Fresh and Fit Kitchen. I am Janelle. I am your host and culinary guide on today's kitchen adventure. Today we are going to be prepping up lunches and dinners for the week. We're going to be using one shopping list and we are going to turn it into 4 different meals today. This is great for when you are in between paychecks and are working on a budget because maybe you spent a little too much going out and doing something fun and now you've got to rein it in for the rest of your week until you get paid again. So one of my favorite ways to do this is to shop once, use all my ingredients, but still grab 4 different meals out of it. So I'm not eating the same thing every day. I am not one who can eat the same thing every day. I can eat the same ingredients as long as I feel that it is different each time. So we'll be doing 2 different bowls and then we'll take the same things from those bowls and we'll make 2 different types of salads. Gives you 4 different meals to choose from the week. So I have got some chicken breasts marinating here and I am going to do a fajita chicken for one of ours. And basically I just did a taco seasoning on here and a little bit of salsa and some lime juice. And then I've got our barbecue chicken. I've just spread some low sugar barbecue sauce on here. And then I created a rub, which I will link the recipe and ingredients to make this rub to put on our barbecue chicken. So the rub is gonna be made from chili powder, cocoa powder, coffee grinds from Lavazza Coffee, and paprika and garlic and salt and pepper. So I have got my clean hand and my raw hand here so that we do not cross-contaminate. The coffee grinds that we're using in this marinade from Lavazza Coffee is going to give us a little extra oomph in the marinade. It's going to give you a darker flavor. It's going to give you a bit of a bite. It's going to add to your texture. You know, when we have barbecue rubs, we love that spice to it. It's that ingredient that's in there that's going to make you go, I wonder what that is. So I've rubbed those down. Now I'm going to put these in the oven, and then when we get back, we're going to chop up all of our veggies, and I will show you how we're going to cross-use everything through the rest of our ingredients today. I'll see you back in a few minutes. All right, welcome back, guys. I've got our chicken cooked and cooling. And then what we're gonna do today is, remember, we're gonna build 4 different meals out of one shopping list. And I will be linking your shopping list and quantities in the episode notes, but it will also be at Hills Kitchen Idaho, HILLS, hillskitchenidaho.com. Click on the Fresh and Fit tab and you will find all of the episodes and your shopping lists and recipes. So we are going to be chopping up a few things here. I've got 2 ears of fresh corn that I boiled and we're just gonna pull the corn right off the cob. You're welcome to use canned corn, you're welcome to use frozen corn, whatever is easiest for you. I always personally opt for fresh corn when it is in season, and given that we are in our spring and summer months right now, the corn is not quite at its peak yet, but it is darn close, and I will take fresh corn over canned or frozen any day. So I'm just going to take this, break it up a little bit, set it into a bowl, set it aside. The great thing about this dish that we're going to do today is once we get everything chopped, and then of course the chicken cooked, this is just an assembly line to build our meals. Then you put them in the fridge and you're ready to go. When you are getting into meal prepping like this, I recommend investing in some containers. You can find those containers online. You can also often find them in your big box stores, or grocery stores will sometimes have them. You are going to spend less money and get more volume by buying them online. Make sure that you look for ones that are dishwasher safe and freezer safe. You can also grab the glass containers that have lids on them. Those are fantastic. The only reason I don't typically use those personally is because they're really heavy. And when I am bringing, you know, my bag to work and I've got this big old glass container, sometimes it's just too much for me personally. But the good news is you get to do whatever you want. But do make the effort to get something that's recyclable. So I'm just going to cut my bell pepper into kind of two different ways here. We are making a barbecue quinoa bowl and a barbecue chicken quinoa salad, or barbecue chicken salad. And then we are doing a fajita chicken bowl and a fajita chicken salad. So I am just going to cut up our peppers just into two different stripped kind of deal, so that the fajita chicken one, I just want whole pieces of bell pepper, so it feels like I'm having more fajita peppers. And then the barbecue, I like to have the smaller bites personally. Again, if you just want to cut all of it into strips or all of it into littler bites, that is completely up to you. And the other vegetables that we're using today is some diced red onion. You can also use white onion. And I've got some shredded cheddar cheese here, some green onion that I have chopped up, some cilantro, cherry tomatoes, some shredded carrots, and then I've got black beans, and of course our corn, our lettuce, and our purple cabbage. So I'm just going to slide all these to the side. We'll chop up our purple cabbage, and this will get used across all of our dishes as well. And then you saw me chop up the romaine. You're welcome to use spring mix. You can use spinach, you can use cabbage, base. I mean, really, it's just whatever you prefer. If you like iceberg lettuce, you can use iceberg. You know, we all have our different likes and dislikes. So you can get a coleslaw mix. I know I've mentioned this before in different episodes that we've done, where if you don't want to shred up the cabbage and shred up the carrots, you can just buy a pre-made coleslaw mix, and that will work for you just fine. And then this cabbage, I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half one more time so that it's closer to a bite-sized piece. Our cabbage is ready. This one I'm going to wrap in some tin foil and save for later. I've got some quinoa cooking in a rice cooker, so I am going to go and grab that and kind of clean up here and get ready for an assembly line, get our containers out. And when I come back, we're going to build all 4 of our meals and then be done for the day. This shouldn't take you more than an hour to an hour and a half to prep all your food for the week. So we'll see you soon. Welcome back, guys. We are ready to start assembling our 4 different meals from our 1 shopping trip and 1 prep session. We are going to be making 2 different bowls and 2 different salads. So we're going to start with our salads real quick and put the bases in there. So I just have some shredded romaine that we cut up earlier, and I'm just going to add that into my containers. When you are looking for your salad meal prep containers, do get something that has at least 2 compartments so that you can put things like tomatoes and corn and black beans in one side, and it won't be making your lettuce soggy, and it will allow you to get a longer life out of your salads. So we are going to pop these in there. I'm going to add in some purple cabbage to each one. So one of our salads is going to be a barbecue chicken salad. The other is going to be a fajita chicken salad. We did 2 different marinades on our chicken, but we are going to use all the same ingredients. So I like to put corners in here. It just makes a prettier aesthetic. When we eat with our eyes first, if we make it look as appetizing as possible, we're not going to ditch that lunch that we brought to work with us. We're actually going to look forward to it. So we're going to do some shredded cabbage. I'm going to do some cheddar cheese. And then I'm going to add in my herbs and my onions. So I've got green onion And then I've got cilantro. If you are not a cilantro lover or a green onion lover, leave it out. If you don't like any of these things, leave them out. We are going to do our strips of bell pepper for our fajita salad. Now guys, we do have plenty of ingredients to be able to make 2 of each, maybe 3 of each. I'm only going to do 1 on here today of each item, but make however many you would like to take to work. So I'm adding our mixed diced bell peppers for the barbecue salad, and then I'm doing the stripped bell pepper for my fajita salad. We're gonna add our red onion to the top. And then I'm going to take my black beans and I'm going to put some in the side. You're going to repeat this for the other one. We'll do the same with our corn. 1 can of black beans drained and rinsed should be plenty. You have so many items in these salads that you don't need a lot of each ingredient. So again, this is that budget-friendly, healthy, well-rounded, balanced whole food meal that we're doing here. All of these ingredients have a ton of vitamin C in them. They've got fiber, it's got anti-inflammatory properties, all the things to keep your body happy and balanced and functioning for you at optimal levels. Okay, so salads are ready to go. All we have left to do is add in our chicken. So I'm gonna do our barbecue chicken first. And I'm just gonna slice however much you'd like, but half of one of these chicken breasts should be fine in that salad. You're going to be looking around 4 ounces of chicken. You definitely can add more. If you run out of room in your container, just put your chicken in another container on the side. The biggest thing is just having everything ready to go. If you have to package it up a little bit more on the separate side, so be it. All right, and then I'm going to leave this chicken for our next one. Gonna wipe this board down, and then we are gonna do the fajita chicken. So I'm just going ahead and chopping up enough chicken for the bowl as well. And then we'll add our fajita chicken. To this side. You guys can do ground beef if you wanted. You can do ground turkey in there. If you're vegetarian, you know, just add extra black beans. Black beans have a lot of fiber and protein in there. So I definitely encourage you to find some kind of balance between all of those. Okay, so our salads are done. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little cotija on each one. The amount of color that's in these is guaranteed to keep you coming back for lunch instead of going to the drive-thru. Now I like jalapenos. I'm gonna pop those on for mine. And then, oh, sorry, I didn't think ahead and get lids. So we're gonna go ahead and just pop your lid on this guy. For your salad dressings, you can do barbecue, you can do ranch, you can do anything that makes your heart happy. I suggest grabbing either a reusable container, something like this, to keep your dressing in and packaging it so that you're ready, you have it to go. Make sure you grab one that has a lid, or you can grab the disposable guys. You can find these. There's a lot of restaurant supply stores that are open to the public. And then again, you can always find these online or in big box stores, you will find some as well. And so if you have your salad dressings ready to go, that is your lunch. That only took us a couple of minutes. I'm gonna set these aside and we're gonna do our quinoa bowls. Quinoa bowls are gonna come together just as easily. Quinoa is one of my favorite grains to use. It can go in breakfast, it can go in lunch, it can go in your dinners. It's light, it's fluffy. For me, I feel that it's more easily digestible. I don't feel like it's as heavy as when I use some rices, especially if I'm going to be using these for lunch. I just cooked the quinoa in a rice maker in the same ratio that you would do white rice or brown rice, and then let it cool and fluffed it with a fork. And then 1 cup goes into each bowl. We're gonna do the same concept as we did with the salads, where we're gonna piece out all of our ingredients into quarters. So, purple cabbage in each one. And a lot of times these bowls can be eaten cold or warm. When you have your coworker drooling over your food, you can charge them to take one of the bowls off your hands. You know, I remember before I got into doing meal prep, I would meal prep for myself and my family. And I would bring lunch into work, and so many times people were like, "Ooh, where did you get that? And how did you do that? And will you meal prep for me? Because I just don't want to take the time to do it." And thus, my day job was born. And I meal prep for people and get them their food for the week so that they can have healthy starts and, you know, not have to worry about what they're going to eat in a day. Okay, and then we're going to add in our barbecue chicken. Forgot our bell peppers, so we'll make a little corner for that. In my bowls, I tend to add more chicken than I do in my salads. Because a lot of times when I'm eating my bowls, I'm eating those for dinner and I need more protein at dinner time. That's my personal, the words I'm looking for here. That's my personal regiment, is I eat a larger meal at night. It's after I work out, and so I'm hungrier, I need my carbs, I need all the food. Whereas during the day, I like things like a salad or a lighter breakfast, because I'm not quite as hungry yet. But once I go to the gym and work out, forget it. Get me home, feed me, and I will eat all the food. So having something that I can grab when I get home from the gym for me is vital. I always tell my meal prep clients, I eat the same way that you guys eat, and if I don't have food meal prep like this, I will grab a bag of chips and eat that for dinner. I am going to admit that 100%. So making the effort to do this, for myself included, keeps me on track without a lot of effort. I have no excuses when I have these things in the fridge, and neither will you. I mean, we come up with excuses, I'm sure, like, I just don't feel like it. But that's why we turn it into 4 different meals, is because it changes how we look at the food. It's little psychological tricks that we have to do with ourselves. Okay, so I am topping it with the herbs just like we did on the salads. I'm gonna add cheese to both of my bowls. And then I'm also gonna add a little bit of cotija. And then lime wedge in each one. Now what I like about getting bowls like this is that we can actually just tuck our sauces right inside, and then it's completely ready to go for you. So I've got my barbecue bowl, and then I've got my fajita bowl, and this is guaranteed to keep you on track both with your budget and your waistline during the week and get you excited to have more food. So that will do it for us today. I thank you for joining me, and I want to hear about your meal prep adventures. I want to see how you like these things, if it worked for you. Give me some feedback and tell me what else you added. We have tons of meal prep options that we can do as long as we get creative and block out just a few hours a week. And that will do it for me today. Thank you for joining me, and remember to stay fresh, stay fit, keep cooking like a boss, and I will see you next time.